Hello, everyone. This is Irene here. How was everyone's week? I hope you had a wonderful week. So, today I'm going to be talking about attacking the enemies of purpose in your life and how that applies to us today. So, the first verse I'm going to start with is Jeremiah 29:11. So it's for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. So basically what's going on is the enemy of purpose is basically telling you you don't have a purpose here. All you're here is just to have fun, live life, eat, and die. But that's not what you're here for. God put you here for a purpose. If not, he wouldn't have brought you here. So that's what Jeremiah 29 is trying to tell you. If things are not going right, you need to attack the enemy of purpose in your life. So basically, if you're going through a lot of situations and you're like, this is strange, I haven't experienced this before, this isn't what God has told me, the best thing for you to do is to attack aggressively. That's the most important thing you have to do. If you don't, it'll take over everything in your life and you will obviously regret it. So, don't self being a mediocre or a failure. In this case, say for example, you're in school. You're really smart, but you don't tend to use your smartness that much. Well, I mean, that doesn't really work because it's like you're considering yourself a failure. You have these wrong thoughts going through your mind like, I'm a failure. I can't do this. I'm not capable. But God told you 365 times in this Bible, you can do it. Don't give up. Do not fear. If he tells you that, then why are you underestimating yourself if God never did? Also, God calls us to shine our light and not let Satan take away the purpose God has given unto us. Like I was saying in the beginning, God gave you a purpose on this earth, and you are there to complete that mission. Once you complete that mission, you are done. And then you get to answer before God as to how you were able to complete, as to what you did, how many people you brought to Christ, and basically all that you've done on this earth. So one of the main things you got to understand is you cannot let Satan take over and try and tell you you don't have a purpose for your life, because you do, and God has put that in your life. Okay, next verse we're going to go to is Isaiah chapter 59 verse 19. Okay, so it says, from the west, men will fear the name of the Lord, and from the rising of the sun, they will reveal his glory, for he will come like a pent-up flood, that the breath of the Lord drives along. So, here's what you need to understand. God will be there for you no matter what happens in your life. Always know you are never alone. People always say, oh, I feel alone, or I don't feel anyone around me. God is there. You may not see him. You may not see his angels protecting you, but he's there. And he will be there for you no matter what happens in your life. You don't have to worry about whether or not you're alone, because God told you he will be there for you no matter what. Also, we're going to go to Psalm chapter 139, verse 14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. What this is basically saying is you being born, you're a miracle. If you haven't realized this, whenever you were conceived, other babies inside your mom weren't conceived, but you were. God put you here for a purpose, and you being born is a total miracle in itself, because you are here to accomplish something. If not, you wouldn't have come on this earth. So you need to know that if you are feeling worthless, if you are feeling like I don't have anything to do here. What am I here for? You are here to complete God's will for your life. I need you to know that no matter what happens, you're here for a purpose. You are a miracle. And that's how deep as I can put it. You are a miracle. Never forget that. All right. It's an example. Let's just say you and concerning your relationships with family, friends, society, or school wasn't going right, or you were just feeling like you're worthless and everything. You should never back down. You've got to continue fighting. You got to stand tall. You got to be that shining light in the middle of the storm, because Jesus, during his ministry, was facing a lot of opposition to what he was doing. But did he back down? Did he just give up? No. He died on the cross for all of us. And just as you see this painting of Jesus and his disciples and their fishers of men, he called people to not only bring more people to Christ, but also to share the light all across the world. If Jesus, the Son of God, was able to complete his purpose, how much more you, who are however you're how old you are, maybe you're a teenager, maybe you're an adult, maybe you're a little kid, you have a purpose here. You may not know it now, but as time goes by, you will realize as you keep listening for God and you keep reading his word, God will show you you have a purpose here. And you shouldn't let anything stand in your path. So here's my call to action for all of you. I need you to go down on your knees, pray to God, and attack the enemy. Because you cannot let the enemy just stop you from whatever you need to do. And if things are going right, you gotta keep fighting. You gotta stand tall. You gotta be what God has called you to be. Now, in conclusion, disappointment, frustration will come along, and division will also come along. But don't settle for it or accept it. Yes, you are going to go through troubles. Jesus said it. You are going to face tribulations in this world, but be of good courage, for I have overcome the world. You don't need to worry about all the opposition you're facing around you. Let 99.9% of people not support you. If God is by your side, you are more than a majority. And as far as God is concerned, if you're completing his will, he shall reward you for it. And you don't worry about anything that's going on around you. Just focus on God. Just keep on praying. Just continue staying strong. And I promise you, you will be the child that God has called you to be, no matter what happens. Refuse it and attack it with aggression because against the enemy. And you tell the enemy he will not bring you down. Don't let anything stand in your way. Don't let anything block you from that purpose that God has sent to you. So, guys, that's basically a summary of how we should attack the enemy of purpose in our lives and complete the purpose that God has given unto us. And if you like this video, just comment, like it, subscribe it. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, just let me know and I will answer your questions. And if you want me to talk about something that's really important to you, just let me know. So until next time, everyone, live, laugh, and love. Bye.